Hey everybody, I just wanted to say thanks. Created the Scott Sneller Diabetes Strong page yesterday, already over 100 likes, which just gets me energized. I just wanted to create the page to share my story, kind of chronicle my life conquering diabetes, but also to help other people. Maybe someone is new to diabetes, or maybe a parent of a child, because I've had 25 years of trial and error, and going through a lot of adventures, where I've got a lot of tips and tricks on how to get through life, and live the life that you want, while still managing your diabetes. So I thought I'd start today by sharing my story, because it was 25 years ago this month that I was diagnosed. And not many people know the story of how I came to find out that I had type 1 diabetes. So it was a hot summer, living in Michigan. I was 13 years old, and I was drinking a ton of water, which wasn't necessarily an odd thing. It was definitely over 90 degrees for the weeks leading up to it. But it started to get extremely excessive, to the point where I was up at least every hour in the middle of the night, for one, to go to the bathroom, and then to drink some more. I was so thirsty. It was just like this insatiable thirst. I could never get it. My stomach would just be full before, but I still felt thirsty. I would just put my head under the sink, turn the faucet on, and just drink. But then things started to escalate, and things, it really had some warning signs at that point. I don't have anyone in my family with diabetes, so the simple sign of going to the bathroom all the time, drinking that much, didn't really register as a problem. But then, like I said, it started to get, some other signs came about. I started having a real bad stomach pain, and my vision started to get real blurry. It got so bad that finally it was to a point where I was doubled over in pain. So my mom brought me to the ER, and we talked with the doctor, and he said, "Oh, it's just some stomach cramps, nothing to worry about. Go home and drink Gatorade, and he'll be fine." So we did like the doctor ordered. I drank probably 2 liters of Gatorade because I was just so thirsty, which just made it worse because Gatorade's just full of sugar. So it probably made my blood sugar go even higher. Well, that next morning, my mom couldn't get me awake. I was in and out of consciousness. So my mom called for help, got some help, got me to the ER again, and the woman working the desk was a family friend, and she didn't even know it was me. She couldn't believe it was me. I had lost so much weight in the days leading up. It was just, described to me as, I was just like a bag of bones. I don't remember these things. I was pretty out of it. So they tested my blood sugar, did a full draw, not just a finger prick. And I maxed out their equipment. So I was 1400, but it was higher than that. They just have no idea how high, because their machine only went to 1400. My mom was told, prepare yourself. He's not going to make it through the night. I had no idea any of this was going on. Like I said, I was in and out of consciousness, and I just remember laying in bed. I remember being in bed and hearing the ice machine for some reason. That noise, I can still hear it, and being still really thirsty. And they wouldn't give me anything to drink. They didn't know what procedures they may have to do. But having a blood sugar that high, a lot of people die with that. So, they were telling my family members to be prepared. But thankfully, I had other plans. I still had work to do on this earth. So they gave me insulin, and my body responded extremely quickly. My blood sugar came down fast. I started to regain some of my vision. And I was up, in a couple days. I can remember being up and around. I had to stay in the hospital a little bit longer because I had to learn what diabetes was. I had no idea. I had to learn what it was, and I had to learn how to give myself shots of insulin. So the next few days was a lot of learning, a lot of tears. I thought life was over. I had no idea, what life was going to be like. So that's kind of a short version of the how I was diagnosed. I will share some more videos in the next few days about some of the cool things that happened while in the hospital, and how I came to understand what the disease was, and how I could learn to live with it and not just live, but to excel and have an awesome life, even having this disease. So again, thanks for taking the time to watch the video, and I'll be posting a lot more.